Nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Karate Kid.
I gotta wake up. Feel fine. Grab my baggies off the clothesline.
Hat tip too.
I
What are you
want to
on?
wake up. Restore. Thinking back on the night before.
Hat tip.
That song doesn't sound very right now. She said no. I said yeah.
I got edited.
Oh, then I did it. We're talking about buying beer though.
There are songs that I listen to now, and if I listen to the words, I go, man, this is creepy sounding. Like the words.
Yeah, man.
Like there's some
Like
hooking up with chick stuff that just is like was cool in the 80s, but now it's like, ooh, I'm going to get canceled by even listening to this.
what about Toadie's Possum Kingdom? Have you ever listened to that? Have we talked about that album?
No.
Do you wanna die? You know that song?
Oh, yeah.
Think about the words to that song. Come back and listen to it. All about murder, rape, kidnap.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Talking to the top part of the mic. Remember?
Yes, it's my first day.
Yeah, it just sounds so much better.
Well, I'm going to end up turning this way.
Well, that's why we had it.
I know. No, I don't know.
We had it like that, so then you could sit and talk to him.
I can't see you very well. I need to get a swivel chair. I'm going to get one. Can I bring a swivel?
Use that chair right there. It's probably better for you because you can move around a little easier in it.
All right.
Isn't that the one by Ronco?
Huh?
That chair is made by Ronco.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
There's a little chair that you don't sit down on that you lean on over there.
There's an invisible chair next to that one.
No, actually, this will probably work. I just don't. Never mind. Nope.
I did that one. I used
Nope.
the wall. Yeah. You end up on the floor, huh?
I will lean back. Scott will laugh. And I'll be on a video.
It's by
somewhere.
design. It's a backless chair. Yeah.
Sit up.
Wasn't the name of your label back in the day, Backless Chair?
Assless hair?
Yes. It was about a rabbit
Was the correct one?
without a donkey.
Probably.
Yeah. So we're all going to take a moment and think about that, and then we're going to keep going. Thank you. In the mash. I might have seen it in the cabin.
Everybody, welcome to another edition of the Adjust the Mic podcast. We are on episode 188 on this Thursday night on the 22nd, right? 22nd?
Yeah.
Oh, buddy. With us, we have Colleen and we have Thad.
Hey,
Hello.
How
Mr.
are you all
Geyser.
doing? Mr.
Great.
Scott Geyser here.
I missed you.
Missed you very much. We had this every other Thursday we were going to work on, and then this last Thursday we're like, let's just... We've been
I was about to sub in
knocking out
Brent.
episodes. Yeah,
I sent you a message. I was like, because I had a headache. And I was like, hey, I could sub in Brent. You're like, let's just reschedule. I was like, Brent, they don't want you. Get out. No, I'm just kidding. No, but it worked out better, right?
Heck yeah. How you doing there, Thaddeus?
Fantastic.
That I really missed you.
Did you gargle
Missed you
tonight?
too.
Did you gargle?
I did.
All right. Are you prepared?
I'm well prepared.
Okay, because Colleen,
Well,
You got some talking to do.
we're just going to sit back and listen.
Where'd you go?
Not yet, but yeah, okay, yeah, let's go there.
I was just around the corner.
Around the corner.
So we kind of touched
Short
on
little
it. We
plane
touched
ride.
on it last week. By the way, last week, I love that ChatGPT hooked us up with an episode picture.
Oh, yeah.
That Cobra bat thing.
Yeah, that was cool.
I did not even see it.
That was something that was mentioned before even the intro of that last episode, just our little pre-talk. We were just kind of riffing on some stuff, and he said Cobra flying bat cobra. And I'm just going to call the episode that because that's pretty much what we did is talk about all kinds of madness. But that picture was one of my favorite ones.
Wow.
And I was just like, hey, make me a bat cobra, a flying bat cobra.
That was cool.
And ChatGPT made that for me. And it was like first rendition. I was like, winner.
So yeah, he got nutty with the chat GPT create an image.
Do you see
I saw
it slowly taking over our podcast, right?
Yes.
Do you realize that?
Well, you're real.
You guys saw how I
When he said that, I just hope everyone at home knows that
What was
things
that?
started flashing behind him. It was just the screen changing.
Oh,
but he's like, it has taken over the podcast. Dun, dun, dun. Like, I thought that was fucking with me. And literally, I was like, you guys have been putting in work. We have sound effects and lighting effects just to mess with me.
the airplay. I think we do have some. See? We can go a little light crazy over here and
Behind you with the leg lamps.
we've kind of been getting the little studio area a little better.
I love the studio. It's got a vibe now.
And we're all.
It feels more like
Yeah.
Yeah.
the personality.
I can't wait for us to start getting guests into with us and seeing it and everything. And I'm going to start giving people some Scott sauce.
I want to say it's like slightly more grown up, but then I look and I see things like Gumby. I'm like, oh, yeah, we're still little kids. The leg lamp.
Well, like, see Gumby.
What is that thing behind Groot?
Oh, this here?
Yeah.
This is vanilla cognac.
Oh.
That I put Madagascar vanilla bean in it.
Okay.
And then I put some honey in it. And then I spin the globe. And then it kind of just over time, it just really tastes good.
Okay. Sorry. See, Thad got off track.
A little sippy sip
That's
sip.
okay.
Got away from you looking at Scott's
Well,
cool
you
stuff.
see, like someone said to me, like, dude, you're 45 and you got a bar in your house that's full of liquor. And when I come, it's the same liquor because you don't drink liquor that often. You hardly ever drink.
He said someone said that. Someone was me.
Yeah, that was you, wasn't it?
It was me.
You're not the only one. And I was like, man, if we're gonna put the podcast over here, I just want to put fun stuff that we could talk about back here.
Your life has
And then,
changed
like,
a lot.
As people, come on the show, sometimes you'll get things or sometimes you'll give out things and then have all that memorabilia and get pictures and get all kinds of stuff back here. So just make it more of a studio.
Am I just now seeing a Care Bear with Jared's face on all the Care Bears
That's
over
been
there?
there for so long.
I just now noticing it.
How funny is See, that's what I love about it. You really can look around here a lot.
Yes, you
Like,
are doing
even
great
if-
work, sir.
Even I mean, that's one of the puzzles we made, and that's got Playlinda Brewery on it.
It does. It does.
Everybody else on there. Yeah.
I like that gator photo with the hog in the mouth
Yeah, isn't that cool?
walking up the beach.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Big.
You got to start posting pictures of your
That made me think about Frank.
everything. We talk about this and nobody gets to see it. That
What?
picture, the podcast picture, needs to just be Jared
Oh yeah.
and the Care Bears.
Have that be the background on
Oh my God.
on the wall for a little while. Yeah, that was a good one actually. I've been categorizing all the art and everything, so I'm gonna start being able to bring back some of the old stuff.
Okay.
You'll see. But
Do we really need to get back to Thad here, or how much are we allowed to talk to you about this
Stop
trip?
calling me
that's what I
Dewey.
want to do. That's what I mean. I really last week we were going to talk about it, but we wanted to wait for you, and we wanted to kind of have one episode about Thad. And we kind of touched on it last week that he got to go on a little trip out of the country, and it was really cool. And we'd love to hear about it.
Okay. Yep. So last week, I'm trying to get to the beginning of my photos. I think it was around the 8th or the 9th. I went to Jamaica. And it was epic.
Yes, God,
It was great.
the crowd went wild.
And I stayed in 9 Mile. And I had just the best time, ate the best food. And yeah, we can crack it open.
Yeah. So where is 9 Mile?
Yeah,
Okay.
I know Eminem is a mile down the road from me.
stop it.
So
Don't even play into this,
He's a
Thad. He's
mile
trying to
down the road.
distract you with talks of Eminem. Back to Jamaica.
okay. So 9 Mile is
And and real quick, you're going down there and you're just having this like a music experience.
Yeah, I should say that.
I mean, yeah.
You got this whole thing going on where you have connections from your old history of being super duper famous. Like, you remember what I'm talking about. You remember like when you were like climbing on the globe
from Low Pressure.
Was it at the MTV Music Awards? Like he
Something
is the
that.
one that gave the guy the idea to climb up onto the globe.
Yeah.
Do you remember that, T? And I know those were your party times when it,
Yeah, it's a blackout.
So
these are music connections.
So yeah, these are.
And you traveled with a friend?
Traveled alone. I was in real good hands, and I'm super blessed.
He put lotion, real nice, smooth hands.
Oh my God.
Lotiony hands.
Look at that. So yeah, real blessed, real thankful, and so I for T to develop as an artist, I was afforded this opportunity. I'm super thankful.
So cool
for it, and
you've been working really hard. Let me get that too. He's been like every single day when I talk to him, and I'm like, "Hey, what's going on today?" He's like, "Oh, just getting cleaned up, about to go hit the studio. About to open up Logic." And he's just been working and working and working and learning and just layering, a skill on top of another skill, because he would love to, have a future of producing a lot of, young musicians and people coming up and all of these things that he's putting this effort in learning. He loves to do as well. You go to his house and he's got, 18,000 instruments that he can play like with his toes and, like nipple hairs sit there and like string like the harp and stuff, like at his house when you walk in.
I think that's
magical. And there's like little birds that fly around and sing like little tunes.
Look at him light up. So, oh my God, he's so cute right now. So, he's like does not know how to take getting complimented.
So as all that's kind of going on and everything, when you work hard and good opportunities will kind of present itself to you.
Are you allowed to tell us who you're working with?
Yeah, maybe I'll keep the name drop for a little bit.
Okay.
But I will say that, the majority of my time was spent in 9 Mile at 9 Mile Reggae Land. And at 9 Mile Reggae Land, among other things, there are a number of people who are laid to rest. And maybe before we crack it open, give a hat tip to Sedella Marley Booker, Robert Nesta Marley, and Joe Mercer. And, that's 3 among all of them. So
thanks for helping T with that experience, fellas. And, Mrs. And it's pretty special.
Yeah, super cool.
So what's the music scene like when you go there? Do they hang out at night and play? Like, do they go somewhere in particular? Like, is it does it feel how I would picture it to be, where like people really are just like jamming a lot and just hanging, and like I picture it being like that?
I'd say yes.
Definitely.
Yeah. What I'll say is here in a bit when we get into some of this, he's going to have his iPad with some videos on there that he can throw up on the AirPlay for us to see, and you'll get to actually see and listen to what that music experience is.
Oh,
so he's going to be able to show you on the screen.
So yeah, I was
yes,
soaking it up.
Oh
Thanks, Scott. But I also was honored to do work. There's a lot of upkeep all the time and new stuff going on. Tourism is bumping now, and so I was honored to be able to do like just labor, just and going out and seeing the town and the woods and meeting the people, but also just putting my shoulder to the wheel. It was cool. It was fun. But I'm going to land you out of the plane first. So we took off from Orlando. I think it was the 8th.
Yeah.
And when we got in the air, I immediately saw our Cape, Canaveral.
Yeah.
And all that. And it's fixing to come up on the screen.
Cool.
One moment, please.
Who'd you fly?
Southwest. It was chill, and okay, so that's flying, and you can see I don't know what.
Isn't that cool?
That's Orlando. Yeah, that's why we got all the gators, hopscotch, and all the lakes.
I remember that. I always, when you leave Orlando, you always know you're going to see all these little water bodies.
Oh yeah,
like there it is. Yeah, that's a gator wonderland with people. And this one is coming towards.
Was that like a pant pig? That last one there?
Yep.
Should we be doing this on the podcast? Going through the pictures that people can't see?
Yeah, it's cool. That's the Cape right there. Here's a
Oh yeah.
Yep. Very cool.
It's funny when you see it on a map and you're like, when you tell people like you live there, and then when you actually see it from the air and you're like, wow, it really looks like
cool? Yeah.
freaking Florida.
Cocoa Beach.
Yep, and this is just a big overhang of all the thing, and we can actually, when I post this, if I have some of these pictures and stuff, and I'll get some that I could post them on the show description underneath, and to let people actually see them too.
So there was a big north swell breaking. What's going on, fellas?
Oh, you're all good. Keep going.
There's a north swell in the water, and so I got some photos. And this one right here is Sebastian Inlet. You know, you can see the reef there. And
Oh,
how it breaks it up.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, because Sebastian Inlet, that's just freaking wild in itself. Like, no joke. What a feat of nature. But to catch it on a screen like up high, I've never seen it like that. No.
That's Stewart Rocks.
That's cool.
And this one here this one's one of my favorite. You can see, you see out the back there where the cold water from like whatever, North Carolina come down. It's against the coast, but the warm water from the Gulf Stream.
Yeah, where they're meeting.
That's where they meet. And as you get further south, it gets closer and closer. And this right here is another inlet. I forget which one.
You're going to have to post these because otherwise people are going to have no reference and we're losing them right now. They're like, I want to see these pictures.
No, not at all. It'll be easy to.
That's Lake Worth Inlet right there. You see the Gulf Stream meeting the cold coffee water and
Yep.
that little island, Peanut Island in the inlet.
Oh my God.
That's Reef Road on the right and Pump House on the left.
That'll be like the show picture right there.
That's cool, isn't that neat?
Yeah, that's really cool.
So the water was way blue out the back. You know, there's another photo of it. You can even see a little.
It's cool seeing that wash of like the the fresh water or land water or the changes into a clean ocean water. You get that murky, discolor change.
So I'm flying down now. It's getting to where there ain't no waves because it's way down there near the Keys. It flew out over Cuba and saw these really neat drifts of, just.
Cool, and then you get down there and you just see crystal clear water all the way to shore.
Yeah, we're fixing to land though. I think that's Cuba. Oop. Now we're on the road.
Heck yeah.
That's cruising from the airport, Montego Bay. That's where I landed. So I'm cruising east, and I look to my left and see the north coast, and it's real cool, real beautiful. And every so often you see like an estuary because there's rivers coming out. I even saw like a gator place. I think they filmed that one James Bond scene maybe there where he hops across the backs of gators.
It's so interesting to see that you're driving down the different side of the road, like the opposite side of the road that you drive when you're here.
It got me a couple times.
Right?
I was like, yeah, wait.
Yeah, like were you like lifted up going, ah?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
So there was...
I always think of that and have that fear.
Yeah, you're right. So this is, there was a little northwest swell breaking.
Uh-huh.
I saw it, just driving down the coast. You could look and see it. And that is like an old bauxite mine where they mine stuff out of the earth and send it out on a boat.
I mean, and when you're like driving down this, just to picture it, it's almost like you're driving down the Banana River going out to Cocoa Beach a little bit with some of the stuff on the side, but then you have these big, plants and big dome factory looking.
Yeah, and the mountains and the air. It's got that Caribbean air and super tropical.
How's the for travel, like just the way your normal news outlets are speaking right now? Dangerous, be safe. Like when I'm looking at you driving, it's just like it seems just very normal, very cool.
It was
very chill. There's no drama or fear to be had, right?
Right, and T goes to bed early and gets up early, so ain't that kind of,
And that's usually in the middle of the nights is when you're dealing with your drama anywhere.
Don't start there be no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're going up in the mountain. So we go down the coast a little bit. You land Montego Bay, and you head east, and then like maybe a little better than halfway down the island, you break right and go up the mountains, go up 300 feet or 3,000 feet up in the mountains. And let me tell you what, it was cold.
Is that far from Ocho Rios or very far off?
Yeah, I was in Rio Ochos.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've climbed up that waterfall before.
Neat.
Yeah, it was really cool, man.
Yeah, I think a lot of people come in from there. They catch a tour bus, which you can catch a tour bus there or Montego Bay to go to 9 Mile and some other places.
How far of a drive was it from landing to your destination?
I want to say an hour and 20. Maybe,
Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
a little more.
Okay, so it's almost like going from Orlando to Titusville, but a little bit further.
Yeah, it was not bad.
Just like another 20 minutes.
It just sounded really funny, like going Titusville,
A little
but
bit further. A little bit further.
80% of the time it works. 100% of the time.
So they got like valleys everywhere and mountains, and you couldn't move through that land very fast if you're on foot. It's up and down and up and down, and trying to. I think that's my room.
Yeah, dude. Look how badass the art is in that room.
I know. What other
Look at that
place has
door.
a
I want a
naked woman
door.
right there?
I want a door like that.
That's
I want like
at 9 Mile.
a badass door.
It's incredible.
I got a naked girl on my wall in my room. Got it from T.
Whoa, what are you into that?
That's what he does, man. He just paints nudes
Paints nudes.
all the time.
Paints you like your French women.
Yeah. Look at this right here.
If you're a bird lover and you go to Jamaica, you
Look at
will be stoked.
It's insane.
So many birds everywhere.
I bet. My mom would be freaking out. Like,
Is this
she
where
has
you
so
stayed?
many-
This is outside?
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my Lord, that looks pretty.
The sunset was incredible. Pretty much anywhere in 9 Mile, or the whole island really, but the view was spectacular.
One thing that you told me about this that, some future pictures are going to show us is the importance of water in this region. It's, you're in mountains and everything, and you collect your water. The whole town collects it. And it's such a cool thing.
Really cool.
And it shows how you have to be, you could be very intelligent on how you design your infrastructure of your community to make sure everybody's got water, everybody has this, and all these amenities without the exuberant.
You see the side of that hill?
Yeah.
Now that is a giant, I guess it's cement, but it's a giant collector. And at the bottom, there's a big reservoir, and it fills up, and everybody can get in on it. And it's pretty cool. I saw all over the sides of hills and kind of steep mountains, these maybe a big run of like a nursery mat to catch water at the bottom.
Yeah, and you see people on the roofs of their houses with the big, multi-thousand gallon, rain, barrels.
Yeah.
Which will have some kind of a solar or some type of a gravity fed pump that, gives water to the house.
Oh yeah. Did you see this?
Yeah, that was like an apple, right?
Jamaican apple.
It's like it looks like an apple, but like a
pear.
thin pear.
Did you eat one?
Oh yeah.
And does it taste like an apple?
It's incredible. It tastes like a pear apple kind of, but it's
a
one
apple.
That one wasn't ripe, but it still tasted great. And when they get ripe,
It looks exactly like a pear and an apple.
yeah, it does. But they get bruised color like a purple, and
I want to grow one.
They're great.
I want to grow one.
They're so quenching and not too sugary. Yeah,
That's cool. And to get some of those fruits that aren't too sugary, because a lot of them have been bred to be so sugary and sweet, which is great, but health-wise. And those are great in salads. Like a crab apple kind of thing.
Another...
Like, look at the view, though. Like, you're just up on this mountaintop in this area.
Yeah,
and it's just beautiful, and there's edible plants. Like one of your guides was and friends was showing you, this plant is used for this in our community. This plant is used for this in our community.
Yeah,
it's super cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. There's the land really it erupts with like life and fruit and trees and just everything crops everywhere. You see on the side of the road, you see somebody's garden or a commercial garden and big fat cabbage heads everywhere, tomatoes.
So you said, I'm just curious back to this thing that collects the water off the thing. And you said it's like people just go and get it. Like, so do people just like, they don't fuck with it, right? Like they just go and they can like.
I mean, you probably have
Like,
someone
how does that
who
work?
maintains it. Like,
Yeah.
it's an infrastructure of humans.
Oh, okay.
It's not
Like I'm picturing like people on the side that are
Yeah.
like scooping it. I don't know what to think here.
Well, it's just a big collection. Like,
it's
you know how
very
you see,
smart.
you know how you see in Titusville, we have a water tower
Yeah,
that has water
right.
up there. It's pretty much just that and concrete lower to the ground.
Well, I just wonder how
And
often.
then it has it'll have faucets on the side, and there'll be a line and people can go up and get water.
Yeah, people come up.
Hopefully,
like,
people respect stuff more there than they do here.
I mean,
feel
you
like.
almost have to. Like,
Yeah.
you're probably. I doubt you're going to see people just having that thing turned on and playing in it and stuff. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
people, you know how I get the water in the fivers.
Yeah.
They do the same thing.
Exactly.
And it's free. I mean, a lot of people got their own, but that one was free, and I don't think it's ever ran out. But it's pretty smart.
Yeah,
And it was cold.
it really is.
That water was cold.
I mean, just
shower.
having, just thinking of having some of those type of things in a city. If you're building a city
There it is.
in the United States, I feel like, more than just we let all of our rainwater get collected in the sewers and get to feed a system. Collecting a lot of that water is very beneficial to us as well.
It's smart. And their water, like up there, soaks right back into the earth. I only saw 2 mosquitoes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
They don't have a bunch of standing water like we got because it soaks back in.
Oh,
The weather's
That makes sense.
so when you do, like, we have so much water down here and sitting water, like, that makes a lot of
it
sense.
goes in the soil, and it
Yeah, I like that.
it'll be sunny and dry in the evening, and it'll hot, and then it'll get real cool when the sun goes down. Maybe really chilly at night, and then the next day might be like what they call Jamaican snow with the mist and all the cabbage and Irish potatoes, whatever.
Do they have lightning bugs?
loving it. I didn't see any,
Mm.
but I went through a place called Fern Gully, and yeah,
Fern Gully, like the book.
1,000 different kinds of species of fern. Maybe it's incredible, and the walls are real steep on the way to Rio Ochos, and I highly recommend it. It's really cool. I mean, just looking out the window is cool.
I mean, when you're driving through this, it reminds me like when I go up into like northern Georgia,
Mountain, yeah.
and you're starting to get to the bottom of the Appalachians there, and you're starting to like DeLonga and some of those towns. It's very Helen, Georgia. You'll get into some roads that have these little cool, steep little drives.
Yeah, if you're from Florida, flat Florida, it's great, man.
Like, look at that, man. That's just amazing.
It's so bountiful.
It's really cool to look at other landscapes that have dimension for sure. Like I get excited about hills, man.
Oh, yeah.
We drove through like center Florida. Was it like Claremont?
Me too.
It's like, those hills. You're like, oh my God, Florida's so beautiful.
Yeah, right.
It's like so lame.
It is. It's flat. You got palm trees are cool, and we have a lot of beautiful stuff.
I know. I feel so bad even saying that because Florida is so beautiful. But then you look at places like what he's showing us and just like the variety of things to look at when you walk outside. I don't go to the beach enough too, so that's probably a problem. But
it was choice. I never expected it to be. I didn't know what to expect, but it blew my mind, and the vibe was great. The people were great. The food was insane. I wanted to.
That food just looks fantastic, man.
The chicken, you heard about that, right?
No.
Like the jerk chicken and the Jamaican chicken.
Oh, yeah. There's a tree that you said that they get leaves off of that they use to make the flavor of the jerk chicken.
what? Really?
Yeah, that's why it's
they got
popular
all
down
kind
there.
of recipes,
And it's like a spicy.
well, they got a lot of different things.
What was the best thing you had?
Well, I'll tell you what. They have cooks there at 9 Mile, like a cook, and every day it'd be like, here, T, and I'd be like, double damn, it's so good. Like
Oh my God.
in the morning, I had I think they call it boil food, and it was I think it was chicken and then 2 kind of vegetable or something off a plant. I don't know what it was, but one was like yummy and fluffy like a potato, and the other one was like a wet dough, looked like a sand dollar, one of them biscuity looking ones.
Okay.
I don't know what it was, but it was great. But they do the boil food a lot in the morning, and then you're getting 3 meals. 3 full meals every day it's like
Wow.
I love them.
Sounds like a horrible time, Thad.
I really was surprised.
Amazing.
Yeah, the food.
You stayed longer than you thought?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
It was great.
It's awesome.
Music everywhere, bumping in 9 Mile, it's bumping from 9 a.m. to like midnight.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like, is it literally like you're just outside and you hear music all the time?
Paint a picture to
And they got a band, they got a house
paint a
band.
picture to the listeners and to Colleen about the way the music hierarchy works, and in that community, and then show a little video out of your room of what's right downstairs from your room after you explain that. That'll give her, that'll give you the good perspective. And then I want to share that video because that musician, one of them you told me about, and the whole crew of guys there.
Mickey Soldier.
Yeah. And they were just, it was awesome, man.
And they he would be part of that group that you saw, but another day it'd be him and a different set of people.
Yeah.
And they were
paint that picture of the hierarchy of playing and listening to music in that town.
Well, I mean, you'd always hear it at 9 Mile Reggae Land because, like the tours that come through, busloads of people come through. They're from the Montego Bay or Rio Ochos or wherever. They come in and they do a tour, which I highly recommend. I did.
Come off of a cruise ship or something.
Yeah.
It could be part of a package to go visit that town or, an area where the Marley family and other, influential families grew up. And
okay.
It's like it's like an estate, and the tour bus pulls up and they got a big old park.
This is where you were staying?
Yeah.
People came to there to see
it's
a tour?
Facility. They have an official tour, and I'll hop on the gram here.
And it's like, this is still a normal community. It's not like blocked off like Disney to where it's like a theme park,
It's
because, I kind of get ahead of that because I can see you going down that.
No, I'm just trying to picture like that staying somewhere where people are like, it's like TMZ tour. Like, oh, here we go. And here's Thad working and just waving to the tourists.
but it's kind of has that vibe to it because you're where you're staying and stuff. There are tours coming through. There are people walking by to go from one place to another. There's shops in local areas for people to go shop at and everything, and it's really cool, man. You'll see it, but
I bet Thad could have told him he was Bob Ross and they would have believed him.
I'm starting to look like Santa Claus, man. You want to find the Instagram of the 9 Mile Reggae Land?
It's like, I feel like those memes where it's like a picture of that. I'm going to tell my kids this was Bob Ross, but like you down there hanging out with like the Marleys.
So,
this is Bob Ross hanging out with Bob Marley.
So them tour buses come in and they take you on the tour. It's like maybe 20, 25 minutes. There's a little service up in a church, and you get to see all kind of really neat stuff. Some you can photo and video, and some you can't. But it was really epic. And then the tour ends, and you're at this bar restaurant looking out over like paradise and mountains. And I met people from everywhere, like France and Canada, and States, and insert other country name here. But yeah,
it's so crazy. Like, you can just go and travel to a country by yourself, like as a man. Like you could just go and do that.
I mean, women do it every day too.
Yeah, they do. But it's a whole lot different, I'm sure, for a woman traveling. No, like there's no way they could have had the relaxation time that you did. I think about all the time about the danger. Like just doing things by myself. Like you just literally got on a plane, went to Jamaica, like by yourself. Like I don't do a lot of things by myself. Like I always got the family. And then I'm thinking, well, shit, as a girl, like I don't even know if I could travel somewhere. I mean, I traveled to Jersey by myself, but like another country and stuff, be afraid.
It was way good. You're good.
Yeah, it's like some people grow up with that life experience, and when they hear someone like you say that, they'll go, "What?" But then for the life that you live, they would be like, "Huh?" just the same. It's like there's just so many spectrums of people. That's why there's so many airports and airplanes in the sky, because so many people are doing just that, and they're not all doing it as families and together.
Right. It's like
people doing it
you
for
miss out on a
business
lot by being like that. By how I am.
I fully agree, and I just I'm sitting here with you because I don't do these things and go out and experience these things, especially 2 years ago when I went on that trip to Georgia. That was the first time I ever went on a trip just by myself.
Yeah.
Other than some little, hop and a skip or a weekend, but never on my own.
Yeah.
Far away or anything. And it was one of the most self-enriching.
I thought you were insane when you did that.
And I did I did like 25 miles or so on the trail.
It was great. I was so proud of you.
Trying to get a reset. And I'm telling you, it was I wish I had the time to do it this last year, or I wish I would have made the time, because I feel like I came back from that like a different person a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it helps you to be
you
on
guys
your own
do
and
this.
do those things.
I don't think I went to Epcot by myself once.
Yeah.
Like that's like,
you know what I'm saying?
But no joke, when I did it, I felt so badass when I left. I was like, I did it by myself.
It's a
single rider.
Would you ever go to a restaurant and just walk in and sit down and eat by yourself and read a book or
maybe
do something and then get up and walk out?
Maybe at a restaurant or something. Yeah, probably, because I have a phone or something to look at.
When I go on business trips, I'd be by myself, and there would be times or stops where I'd like stop at a hotel, somewhere, and then I'm just gonna order food. Come in. I don't want to like go sit out somewhere, but then I would force myself and I would go sit like at an Outback or Longhorn, whatever's close in that area.
Yeah,
and it was great.
Did you always end up making friends with somebody?
Not usually.
No.
But I enjoyed the self peace and thought and not having to like hold court. All the time. Like holding court is sometimes the most stressful part of things. When you can you want to experience something your way, but then whoever's with you may or may not want to experience it your way. So you're always pulling each other in different directions. And then you're like, usually whoever's the submissive person will just like go do whatever the other person wants to do.
Yeah.
And then, it was a good time.
Well, that's what they were saying. I saw something on the news
do it
like
on your
that.
own like that. I think it's to me, it's like something to where I enjoyed it. And I think maybe even being on my own for the last 10 years, and now I'm experiencing a different thing now with, Lori and everything, which is so perfect and amazing, but it's different, because then you're actually not just completely solo in your head, and you're sharing your brain capacity, and it's amazing. It's what
hard.
Every human wants, but
it's hard to do things solo. But when you do, it is good for.
I think
you're
having that balance is important. I feel
it's just hard to get to doing that. Yeah.
It's like
I struggle with that.
It is.
But I feel so good when I do it. Like it sometimes I have to remind myself, and sometimes I think like Brent will force me to do things by myself just to remind myself that like, girl, you're fine.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
That's what makes Brent so awesome.
I still worry all the time about dumbass shit. The kids worry me constantly.
See what we just did?
We totally are not talking to Thad anymore.
No, it was nice that Dad was ready for a little reset over there. And we just stole that whole conversation from him.
Again, we're stealing from Thad.
It is ours.
It's all good. That's from outside the compound.
So, yeah.
So what's this music hierarchy you're talking about?
Well, so part of the groups that come through there, part of their experience is that there's a house band. It's like variable members, but, there's a couple different lineups, but they get a little section of music where they get to hang out and chill out. But I think what Scott is talking about, so that's in your ear all the time, and it's all day, and it's great, really great, and they rip, all the musicians and singers. But I think what Scott's talking about is the pulse out the street, down, like it'll be, one night it'll be like this, I guess you call it a club or what, I don't know what you call it, but then the next night it might be the one around the corner of the mountain. And
so think about it this way: you got this big mountaintop, and all this village and community that lives in it. That's
the word too, community.
Your all of your residents, okay, and then you might have like little speakeasies, like little bars kind of thing, or hangouts where you can get a couple drinks and smoke and hang and talk just like a bar would be here, right?
Okay.
Well, where there's music playing, and what he was telling me, it was like from the morning when you wake up until you're going to bed at night and you're already asleep, you're hearing just music. So think about this neighborhood right here, just one street, or your neighborhood, your street and cul-de-sac. Imagine one house or a different house every night opening their windows up and blasting music, and your whole neighborhood heard
cool
music
Yeah.
from morning to night every day. Your neighbors would have a conniption fit. My neighbors would have a conniption.
Yeah.
Everybody wants their peace and quiet, and everything's within your sound barrier, or I'm going to call the cops on you and make you turn your music down. There, it's other people in other places and places here too feel music differently than others.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it's so cool hearing that, because that means people are waking up and they're having a good, feel and a mentality, and singing the songs together. It's a sense of community. It's a sense of this is who we are.
Can't even imagine.
And just all day long, having that sound, you would, if you weren't a happy, uplifting person, I feel like you couldn't live there almost. You'd want to be a part of that just awesomeness, and that great feel.
It's a great vibe. That's Captain Crazy. You try to get a tour with him.
Yeah.
He's cool.
The guy dancing in the yellow shirt down there?
Yep.
Yeah, he was cool, man. He was dancing really, and he had his girl laughing.
Yeah,
He
man,
was having
it's such
fun.
a good time.
Yeah.
Take the tour. That's Mickey on the right there.
Oh, yeah, the guy with the black shirt?
Yeah, I guess.
Legend?
Yeah, he's Italian who moved to Negril maybe in, I think, 2013, and now he's part of the house band, and he's just a really cool person, and yeah.
That's awesome.
It's funny, I bet they don't even notice the music in the background, you know what I mean? I notice music in the background if it's a song that's familiar. I think I would love to be in a place that constantly have music in the background.
And especially they're playing, they'll play some riffs of some things that you recognize and know. And then there's a lot of original, and then there's some stuff that maybe you don't know that they know that had they're giving a salute to, and you get to hear it and all the different and then if you hear some of these songs all the time, you start to know them together, to where only people in that community might know.
I want to skirt off topic real quick with this. So I'm walking through Hollywood Studios yesterday, and I hear Wu-Tang's Cash Rules Everything Around Me playing, right? But it's it's no words, and it's just an instrumental version of it. It's doo, 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 the way it's played. It's I'm sitting there, I go to Brad, I'm like, you hear this? You hear this? He's well, I'm like, cash rules everything around me. Queen got the money. And I'm looking around, and all these people are just sitting here enjoying their day. I'm like, do you guys realize you're listening to Wu-Tang? Right now, you're listening to Wu-Tang, and I can sing it for you. But that's the kind of stuff. Yeah. It's just this background music. Yeah. It's always playing, and I notice it when I go to the parks, certain songs. But that's the kind of shit I really like, because they get that low key. We're still a little bit cool.
That's our local music.
Yeah.
That's what our community.
But it would be cool to be somewhere like that where.
And look at that.
You're constantly hearing.
Look at T
new
on that
stuff.
mountainside with the Adjust the Mic podcast.
Oh,
boom.
Look at you.
Famous.
It was cool to walk down those, around the mountain and whatnot. It's really, really cool.
I would fall down the mountain.
You see this right here?
You would. You would fall down the mountain.
I get to the bottom.
Declan would be recording you.
It'd be just waves where, Mom, get the net.
Don't kick the window, Mom.
Yeah. One time, Mom broke the windshield of the car by kicking it.
We'll never live that down.
And now every time there's traffic, Declan has to say, Mom, don't break the windshield. Happened one time.
She's a windshield kicker.
Now every time there's traffic,
so
look
good.
out for Mom. Oh, sorry.
But in the middle of this mountain, what is that? Big greenhouses, right?
Yeah, so I think this part up here where it looks like you could ski if it was snow, that's part of the rain catchment.
That's a perfect way to describe that.
Yeah.
With no trees, so I think there's some of that nursery matting here, but yeah, it's a little, somebody has a nursery. I think,
that's awesome.
No, I ate some tomatoes from that when I went down this little store.
Yeah.
And I met the cat that
runs
that.
Is there grocery stores?
Yeah, there's grocery stores, up kind of up in the where we were. There's a bunch of little towns connected,
Yep.
and they all got, you can go get what you need. And I particularly love this stuff called V soy that I bought. It was real tasty.
You actually had a picture of that you showed me. You would walk down to the end of the street that you were at.
Yeah, it was real tasty.
To like a little store.
Yeah.
I saw the Kentucky Fried Chicken when you drove by it.
Yep.
Is that a thing? Like, is it like really like ours?
It's 100% a thing.
I mean, yeah, I've seen that too.
Here's what I want to say is when I was my honeymoon is when I went to Ocho Rios, Jamaica, right?
I can't wait to hear this.
No, when we got off the thing, that was the first thing I noticed is like all the people that are eating, like over on the beach area where our like boat was going up to get off to go walk up the Ocho Rios, and up the waterfalls. And you walk all the way up the waterfalls, then there's stores and stuff up there, and then you walk down and you get back onto your boat or whatever, your bus, and get back to your cruise ship. But I noticed like nothing but KFC boxes everywhere. And we didn't go into the town. So it was the only food that I saw when we got off and we're getting back on. Everybody had buckets of chicken and biscuits and all of that. And it was all, and I'm from Kentucky. So me being in Kentucky, we had Bojangles, Kentucky Fried Chicken, the Colonel, his place, like his White House building was like, I saw it every single day going to school.
Wow.
It's right on off the Gene Snyder Freeway up there where I live.
I didn't know there was a house.
So
I know.
Oh yeah, the Colonel.
Chicken house.
Kentucky, the state
like the
is so far removed from Kentucky Fried Chicken in my brain. Like I totally forgot that's what it's referencing, like a state.
I love Kentucky Fried Chicken. I like chicken skin. I like them taters.
Oh my God. I wish I could just
biscuits, coleslaw.
I used to love when I worked at Publix and I would get to be friends with people in the deli and they'd give me all the crispy bits that fell off the chicken in the case.
Yes.
Just eat that shit.
That's the best.
How do we get here?
Oh,
should we take a break soon? Like, where are we at?
Yeah, I'm going to try to find this KFC thing.
Oh my
I want to take a
God.
break 'cause I want to show you what it looks just like the White House up in Washington, D.C.
That would be so cool.
It really is.
I would just pretend it's the White House though. Hey, when we get back from break, are we gonna talk some reality TV stuff?
yeah, you got to tell us about that
Yeah.
I gotta tell you what Tom Sandoval did.
Okay.
tamale.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you guys are dying to know. After that's cool story about
That's all good.
the Marley family and Marley and me.
That's a cool spot.
That's a cool picture.
Not a cool picture?
You could be a wizard. Like you could be in a wizard costume and pull that shit off.
Yeah.
Like look at you right there. Gandalf.
Get me. Sister, I said, what have you put in your head? And she spoke, she said, toying with a blade of grass, I fast consumed myself with thoughts of her. And where we were was under flocks of little birds that painted dragon. And the sky was telling, take to me the night. And it was 2 and I heard someone say, everyone is curving, everyone is curving. I go this way, I go that, and I keep going. Exaggerate, generate, no fear, shield or cutting these are fatalistic versions. Embody things to the land. The words you say again are like a piece of fence that is slapping the wind. And why you say it? You know it's the water isn't clean. Dancing, dusting, one more. Where my fears are seen. Don't know rage about to
Hello?
Hello?
Hi. Stop
Hi,
stealing my
what's
Wi-Fi.
What?
You've been using my Wi-Fi. I looked up your IP address and found your phone number.
Whatever.
Then why did your search history appear when I signed in? Explain that.
What?
How'd you even get my password? You a hacker?
Who the hell is this?
I'm not arguing with you. Just stop or I'm going to get the police involved.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yes?
Yeah, I want to know who this is right now.
Why?
Let me ask you a question. Why are you calling my girlfriend in the middle of the night?
I don't call no girls in the middle of the night.
Don't
You got the
make
wrong
excuses,
number.
boy. You tell me who you are. Don't deny it, boy. You better tell me the truth right now.
I'm going to call the police because you're harassing me, and I have not called your girlfriend.
Listen.
I did not call your girlfriend in the middle of the night. You hear me,
I'm
boy?
so angry right now. You are getting me frustrated.
I'm not calling anybody.
How long this been going on between you and her?
I don't even know who she is.
Oh.
I don't even have a girlfriend. I'm single.
You've been knowing what's going on, no doubt.
Somebody gave you the wrong number. I haven't. You're making a mistake, buddy. Oh.
Dude, the Magic are awesome.
I don't know why it came up.
Orlando Bencheros. First game back from the All-Star break. We're up 47-35 against Cleveland. Ready to do our big All-Star push. It's on. Franz brothers.
Do you think you're gonna win?
Franz and Hans.
Like, you think you're gonna do good for real?
I think that we are going to make it into the playoffs. I don't know that we'll win our first round matchup, whoever we play. I just want these young guys to experience that. And then next year, I want to have aspirations and goals of getting to the conference finals, getting to that, big game. 'Cause tomorrow's going to be the beginning of that window. So that right there is a part of the sound at night when you're sitting here down there in Jamaica and you're listening. What you're listening to right now is that. And we are back recording live.
Those little frogs.
Heck yeah, man.
Didn't mean to blow out the magic.
That's awesome. No, the whole time we've been on break, we've been trying to get the sound to work on the airplay. And couldn't get it to work, so he got a little reset in, it looks like, and got the bad boy working.
Thanks for sharing your story.
Indeed.
It was an awesome
More to
story.
come, I'm sure, right?
Yes.
I can't wait for all the
I feel
secret
like
stories.
little nuggets will come up of this story throughout, the future. And but it just was a very cool experience. Thanks for sharing it with us, and
Yeah.
many thanks
for
to them for allowing you to talk to us about it and have that whole experience available. It was so cool.
It's like Dad's out there doing important stuff, right? And then what do I do?
I feel like it, man. I feel like all of his hard work and energy is paying off.
And then I'm over here trying to tell y'all about Vanderpump Rules like it's the biggest thing ever. But
Well, let's catch up.
y'all, Tom Sandoval, did you see what happened?
I don't know who Tom Sandoval is.
Come on. All right. The whole story of Vanderpump Rules, the scandal I've been telling you about, he's the one who cheated on his girlfriend Ariana with the co-star Rachel.
Okay.
Okay.
This guy right here.
Right. So everyone hated him last year.
The guy that has a photo in a mirrored
Yes.
mirror with little round light
yes.
bulbs all around it.
He just did this interview. Is it New York Times? New York
He
Post?
kind of looks like All Striker from
The New York Times.
from American
magazine.
Pie.
So anyways, he does this interview and he compares about what happened. Now, you remember me talking to you guys about Scandival when it happened last year. It was a big deal for me, but nobody else really talked about it in your other everyday life, right? Nobody ever.
I've never heard of Vanderpump other than you.
Okay, so he brings up to the article the person interviewing him, and he says something along the lines of like, well, it's like, a big pop culture moment, like what happened with O.J. Simpson and George Floyd. Like he compared himself to those two. And it's like with this guy, every time I think, because I'm scared that people are going to like give him a chance and think like he's an awesome dude, because they can edit the show to make it like that. But then he does shit in his real life that just makes him such a douchebag. But what's really cool about this article and the way that the woman wrote it is from the perspective of what being on reality television from his early 20s to now making television has actually done to his personality, to where like he doesn't realize in his house that he's not on a TV show, so he doesn't have to edit his thoughts out loud. And like he can't have conversations now with like regular people because he's so warped in this reality show sense. Like she basically is just going into the psyche of it, like how some people, it's taken over his whole life to where now his whole personality is Tom Sandoval from Vanderpump Rules. Mm-hmm. Like, whereas like all these other cast members who have handled their mental health in a different way will go on to do many other things in their podcast. Whereas he's like lost who he pretty much was. And he even said like, he wanted to be an actor, but he's like, yeah, well, they need to like respect me because they can't do what I do. Like
be pompous and be on TV and be like,
God,
like there is a skill to being that hated.
Like, and it's so insane to like to see them point out what like narcissistic behaviors are and like how that's what he is, and like
that behavior is fitting to television and to entertainment.
Right, you almost have to have that, right? Like you have to have that mindset.
Like who doesn't? Like if you think about it, if you're if you think about like the biggest people in as an actor, as a musician, as an athlete, like the Bet Ronaldo, nobody knows him for anything but how badass he is at soccer,
right?
And that he's like a good looking dude, right? Mm-hmm. Like that, those are his, he's got that total package. This is a good looking dude that's on TV, and he's got like his whole person. Like when you watch Jersey Shore, like when you see those guys, like they're all fucking extra and outside of life as well. You have to have that personality to even get a chance. Like they aren't going to say, "Oh, look at you! You're just a random looking dude that doesn't have a personality. Let's throw you on TV and make it interesting."
I get it. I guess what's different with this show?
Everything needs a puck or needs a that guy.
Well, like you see where they came from, because literally the show did start. These were all people working at a restaurant in Hollywood that were trying to be actors that had like little spots and stuff.
Now it's scripted,
and now he's trying to I guess what he is trying to script it. And like, what's funny is how he's getting caught trying to do that. Like, so on the show, everything
aren't
he's
the
saying,
people that make the show scripting the show?
They have producers that are definitely leaning them one way or another.
They are,
but this is still his life. Okay, so at the end of the day, this is like still he has to deal with these repercussions when filming stops as well.
Are you sure that it's his real life?
I don't even know if he knows that.
Because if you think about it, like when you're a reality person, if you're a TikTok star. Right? If you're
oh my God, I haven't even seen these pictures, Thad. I'm dying.
You're a star in any way. You're putting on a persona.
He's looking up in that, like he looks like they're like make you okay. He's trying so hard to get people to feel sorry for him, and just everything he's doing in his outside life, like doing these podcasts and interviews he does. Like, I don't think people at Bravo know he's doing them. I think he's just doing them and then they're trying to cover up for him. But like,
do you think he's writing these quotes?
Yeah. 100,000,000% this guy thinks that he's doing like no wrong. And he only has like yes people around him. When he says this, I think he loves being a villain. I think he loves the attention he's getting.
He's going to read whatever you put on the prompter word for word. He's Ron
Fuck you, San Diego.
He's Ron Burgundy, bro. That's what that guy.
Yeah, he really.
San Diego.
He really is. Even the interview is very long. I haven't even read the whole article. I've just seen from other people. Thank God I follow podcasts that just wrap it up for me. But it's like they say that he'll even pause for outside noise, like when he's just having conversations with people. Like, make sure you get this all, and like some of the stuff he was saying.
Think about the Paul, like Jake Paul and those guys.
Yes.
Like, think about, do you think you could sit in this room with them right now, them walk into a room and them sit down and talk to you very normally and chill without they're going to have a personality and a way to them. Maybe they can. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not trying to say that I know this, but my assessment of seeing how they act, like they spent 2 years or more having a legitimate beef with each other as brothers with their father, and it was like all like for reals, and it was all for the whole world to see, and they did that to remain popular,
right?
Okay, to get how many clicks and views equals how much money goes into your bank account, and that, like, whether it's TikTok, whether it's YouTube, like everything is based on having this persona and being this thing and playing a role. And a lot of people, their brains aren't built to have multiple personality lives. Yeah. To where if I'm famous for doing it this way, this means for me acting this way, I am validating the way I'm acting. So you self-validate yourself, and then you become that until your downfall. There's always a downfall. I guess that's what we do is we watch these guys go up and we talk and we judge them and then when they fall, we're all like, ha, I knew that guy was going to fall, or they all fall. I guess I'm still in that mindset of like, I got so played myself by this guy because like for the longest time, Brent would always be like, that guy's a fucking tool. Like would always call him out. And I'm like, Tom's the good guy. Ariana's the best. She would never be with the loser. And now it's just like every time he talks and I see everything that Brent's been saying. And I'm like, because it like what he's saying on TV and the confessionals that they're showing do not match what is actually playing out in real life. And it's like, oh, he's really just trying to. That's for you, Brent. That's for you, Brent. That's it. I had to, Brent. I just hate that. Like, you feel like you're a good judge of character. Like, for me, the reality shows, they're not real fucking people. I feel like I do better in real life. It's like The Bachelor, Bachelorette. It's like Survivor. Right. It's Real World. You want to like somebody and like you want to believe the story that's being presented to you because it makes a good story. And then when you find out you've been duped, like think of the Osbournes. The Osbournes, like they gave a general, like, you're going to do this, or you're going to, and they just recorded. But it was the stuff that wasn't scripted, that when Ozzy just went off the deep end over something, or Cher threw a ham over the freaking wall, or was somebody walking and trying to open to find the garbage can in the kitchen. Like when he was getting pissed off trying to find where the damn and he's bitching and like that was like what made that show so amazing. It was that real little part, and reality TV got so big. But you got to think, you're a producer and you're trying to make this show work, and you have a way for you to want it to work. Yeah. Right? And if it's not going the way you think it's going, like if you can't be patient to let like 6 months of video go just however it's supposed to go, and then let it break down and be what it is and create a good show out of that. Yeah. Then you're going to say, well, hey, go in there and, well, that's hit up on this girl, I'll give you 10 grand. It is really hard. And it's just pay to play because, these guys are making millions for these shows, bro. It's like ruining the magic. Advertising money on these shows because they're so popular. Yeah. That's why these shows are popular. And these advertisers are just paying out to be on a spot and to have their stuff shown on these shows, man. Well, it's like, because they all also have careers outside of this now. Like, it's just weird. It's just weird because I feel like I've been with them from the beginning. Yeah. And like to see it all now. I really do feel like I knew who these people were. It sounds so stupid. But I felt the same way when it came to the Alaskan bush people and the Alaskan frontier people. And I watched Yukon Men. I watched like every one of these shows. And I was like in on it, dude. I was on the like going to work and talking about it. I was fully invested in these shows and what they were doing. It made me want to be a fucking frontier. And then you find out, like, Bear Grylls didn't really drink his own piss. I know. Or he didn't really do this. And then you start kind of putting those little pieces together. And that's why you hear me being condescending through this whole thing. It's not, I love that you love it. I love it. And I want to make sure that I'm not being a full hater. But that's the core of my hate is I'm tired of being deceived. Everybody like,
But part of me
I know
loves
Santa Claus isn't real. I know, all of these things. My kids know them now. The world.
But guess what?
Listening, so
I love it at the end.
it's
I love
all
the end to see
scripted.
it. Like
Everything,
that.
yeah, it's all like the survive. All that stuff is like the Naked and Afraid is scripted.
All right.
Naked and Afraid.
Don't tell me
It's
that.
scripted.
No.
Scripted.
No.
Yeah.
Those people come back with some bites on them.
Sure.
Scott.
But, I mean, what's a mosquito
Listen,
bite? They're
all
not
right.
eating each other. There's
Dude.
no like if a guy gets a cold, they get him out of there.
Stop
Seen
it.
Somebody get ravaged.
Stop.
Yeah. Oh, they get. It's hard. It's hard. No, it really is hard. It is hard. There's that alone one I believed
all I
in. I
can
thought that was.
I wish you watched The Challenge or any of those shows, man. Because like The
I used
Challenge
to.
just ended, and I'm so pissed at how it ended.
I don't
I'm pissed
care.
at the
I don't
season.
care how like people that I don't know in real life anyway. Like if this was a show with local Titusville people and they were competing against each other in the same sports and putting it on local television, I'd watch it all. I'd go to the event. But some people that were on some reality TV show that was scripted and they want to like
You better stop with the scripted shit.
it is. I mean, it's no different.
It's not all scripted.
It's no different than saying the Roseanne TV show
All right,
is
listen.
going up against Married with Children this week, and they're gonna go boat racing.
You want me to fight you?
Or go in a ski competition.
You want me to
You're
fight
gonna see
you?
Al Bundy on this side, and you got
We're talking about the challenge here.
Roseanne on the other one.
Okay,
and they're,
first of all, stop.
having a smoke off or
Stop.
something.
The challenge is people I know. It is people I have been watching
I know.
for years since I was in high school, okay? They were smart enough to at least keep some of these people to where every year I get to know the new people. So then the next year I know those people.
Does Dave
and I
Grohl
keep
do
watching.
this? Does Dave Grohl go with other bands and compete?
No,
against
I'm
them?
sorry. Dave
And-
Grohl is
and
busy cooking barbecue for homeless
like,
people on
hot air
Super
balloon
Bowl,
races.
okay? He's got things to do.
Exactly.
Homeless people to feed.
Yeah, he does.
Okay. Don't. I hate you for this because you let me get.
I love you.
You got me all riled up.
I love you.
I got to go home and watch the Traitors tonight.
So what's up next on Vanderpump?
Shut up.
Are they going to hang out with the Kardashians next week in a little
Your face.
mixer?
Your face.
Is Jake Paul going to go eat at their
Listen,
restaurant?
I just had to watch the season finale of Beverly Hills, Real Housewives, and the season finale of the Real Housewives of Miami.
I want to.
Larsa Pippen and Marcus Jordan, they did pretend to break up and got back together
wanna
for
see the-
Valentine's Day.
I want to see the
That
Beverly
was fun.
Hillbillies go up against the guys from Hey Dude. Nickelodeon.
Hey, dude.
And yeah,
I used to love that show.
And-
Christine
and-
Taylor.
yeah, in some cool game.
Dude, I'm so off topic now. Like, it got me gone.
It's great, right? I think it's time for us to kind of,
We got to wrap it up.
got to wrap that shit up. B.
All right.
Wrap it up.
Right. Right.
Next week, we're talking about Disney.
Okay. Disney.
I've been having lots of Disney fun lately.
There's like a lot of stuff going on too. There's like a lot of cool podcasts out right now. There's a lot of cool like interactions. I've been posting in Facebook, and I think these are old videos. I don't think these are new. Maybe I'm wrong, but that one comedian, I've been posting in our Facebook group. There's 2 ads. Why can't I think of his name? Oh my gosh, I can't think of his name now.
Somebody we know?
Yeah, he's always on Rogan and he's a big time comedian now.
Is it Nate
No.
Bargatze?
No.
Dude, he was just in town. That's how you say his name?
Budweiser.
can't I
Bargatze?
think-
Whatever.
Shane-
That guy's hilarious.
Shane Gillis.
Gillis.
Oh, okay.
Shane Gillis, he did that commercial where it looked like the Family Automart guy. It's
Was he
like,
the
"We're
one who got-
ISIS Automart.
He got canceled at one point?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Brent was talking about him.
Dude. Those
Wait, he's
videos-
coming back or something to host Saturday Night Live? Is that what the issue is? Right? He's back in the news?
I
Shane
don't know
Gillis?
anything about any of that.
I think he's back in the news because he's like,
Well, all I know
Okay.
is like what I was going to say is he's more like he's in a lot of that's a work call.
that's me!
Y'all talk for a second. Hold on.
All right.
I don't even know what we were talking about.
I think he was trying to disintegrate your dream.
He always is, man. That I can't imagine you watching Bravo TV. I want you to do it one time though. We should pick one show I'm going to make you watch one Vanderpump episode for real.
Okay.
Like, just me and you.
All right.
I don't know if Scott's down. He'll make fun of it the whole time, but I think you would actually give it a try. Could you picture yourself watching shows like that?
I mean, what is it?
So basically, if I were to show you like the first season, it's just following people that work at a restaurant in LA, trying to become actors, models, that they all hang out with each other and kind of fuck around with each other and sleep with each other, hang out, party, do drugs all night, come back to work next day. They're just trying to make it in Hollywood by sleeping with each other and everything else that happens. Like fights happen, like they go out, they get messed up, people sleep with each other's friends, things like that. All kinds of drama.
I believe it.
Nothing like your life with the calmness.
Well,
Scott just totally left us.
oh yeah, we're tracking, huh? Scott left us hanging, man.
He's coming back in right now. Anyways, you were saying about the thing about the guy who doesn't like Scott.
Definitely cutting all that out.
Yes.
So we are about to end this show, guys. I love y'all.
I love you too. I missed you. I'm glad you're back safe.
Oh, yeah.
Episode 188.
Yes.
Hat tip
Super thing.
to everybody.
Bye.
Happy birthday to my brother Saturday tomorrow, and on Monday to Lori.
Happy belated birthday to you.
Thank you.
Screaming from the top of her lungs, this all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more, saying you're gonna be alright. Dude, that's just killer. Oh, dude, that was awesome.